Camille!
welcome. We're so happy to have you here. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we are going to be doing a little relationship advice questionnaire.
We are no experts, but together for 3 years and 4 months, we can say that we're really happy together and we have a great relationship, in my opinion. I'm not sure if my baby agrees.
Yeah.
But it's Valentine's Day coming up, guys, and if we can help you guys with your relationship, then thumbs up for that.
So we did find some questions online. We watched a few other videos of people kind of talking about relationships and the kind of questions that they have before maybe getting into a relationship. Obviously, like we mentioned before, we are no experts. We're not, relationship gurus in any way, but I feel like it's something that people wonder, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of also connect with you guys and for you to get to know us and our relationship a bit more.
Before you do anything, hit that subscribe button right there.
So before we get into the video, we are currently redecorating our place a bit. We literally repainted our walls, but we were looking for some new pieces, and obviously Amazon is the place to go for anything that you need home decor. And we were so lucky to find this beautiful lamp. I will leave it down below for you guys. It, I think, is $40, $39.99, which
so cool, guys.
A great price.
So cool.
So we did order 2. We have one here. We also have one in the bedroom. If you guys do want to check them out, I will leave a link in the description below. You guys can definitely order it and let me know what you think. I think it's
kind of cool.
So cool. It adds such a nice addition to our background of our videos. So.
And the coolest thing is it's a retro light. I'm not big on decor. I just buy cool pieces, and we got our little interior designer right here that just puts it all together. But I love that it's a round bulb and it's kind of retro looking. Let's get into it, baby.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So our first discussion question of today's video is, how do you know that they are the one, or is there the one? What do you think, Vivi?
Why do I have to answer that first?
Okay, I can go first. Do you want me to go first?
No, I guess I have I can say something. I think that you have to first of all listen to your inside after being in. I'm pretty sure everybody has been in a relationship, in a good one or a bad one, but you need to basically listen to yourself in terms of understanding yourself and making sure that you're listening to your your gut feeling or your intuition or your instinct.
Your gut feeling is always right.
And just if you're not happy, you need to answer yourself or ask yourself, I don't feel good, or I'm not happy in this relationship. You'll also feel that kind of gut feeling, and I mean when I met you, I kind of had that right away, that cliche to say love at first sight, but then the signs and listening to yourself and kind of knowing how to listen to yourself, then you kind of can tell that the one is the one. And of course, when you know, you know. So it is cliche. So that's just me talking. How about you, baby?
I think my answer would probably be similar. Your intuition is always right and your gut feeling is always right. But I wouldn't say that there's love at first sight, but I also think love at first sight is kind of based on attraction and just what you think the other person is like. Whereas for me, even our first time together, everything felt right before even knowing you, and there wasn't anything that I was kind of questioning. The feeling of security and just knowing that you can trust your partner throughout your entire life together, hopefully. And yeah.
Okay.
Pretty similar. I think your intuition is always right.
Yeah, listen to yourself, guys. Listen to that feeling inside, and it'll tell you everything. All right.
Okay, the next topic, we're going to be talking about disagreements and arguments. Obviously, we are not perfect, although I think, are in a very happy and healthy relationship. We have disagreements, we have arguments, we have times where we probably want to rip each other's heads off.
Yeah, but we're not dramatic about it.
The question is how to deal with disagreements / arguments in a relationship, and my baby's gonna go first because I'm putting him on the spot.
How to deal with that? Well, you need to trust the person first of all. I think trust is a huge thing in a relationship, and the second thing I would say is communication. To learn how to communicate through the disagreements and not be dramatic about it, listen to each other, and then I would say an important thing in my opinion is don't make assumptions, because I think the assumptions that you make in a relationship about he didn't come home, or you know, like where did he go, and just assume other things is just bad in terms of agreements and disagreements. So don't assume, just communicate, talk it out. That's my opinion.
Communication, I think, yeah, that's literally like the main thing of a relationship. I think without communication you cannot have a happy or healthy relationship. So obviously sitting down and talking through it, talking through the problem, always remembering, I think I heard this from someone and I literally bring it up in every disagreement or every little argument that we have, is that we're not fighting against each other, we're fighting against the problem. So it's not me against him and it's not him against me, it's both of us against the issue or the problem, finding a solution to what's happening. So I think that's really important. Honestly, that is like the one thing that I constantly remind myself. If we're ever disagreeing on something, I'm like, it's not me against you, and there's no right and wrong. It's kind of finding a right or it's the wrong problem that's happening. So I think that's really important.
Always try to find a solution to the problem, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in life or whether it's in anything, is find the solution. There's no point of talking about the problem without a solution. So you can't solve anything, and I kind of feel like relationships have reoccurring things that you need to basically get to the root of the problem, right? And then find a solution how to fix it. And there's many things that, you know, we have ongoing things that, you know, maybe we
need to work on.
But if we don't find the solution to that, then, you know, we're just going to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. That's how I feel
finding
about it.
The core of the problem and really not arguing about the little things that come around it and kind of focusing on that. I think that's really important.
Yeah. Whoa.
I think we did this really early on in our relationship, or maybe not early on in our relationship, but we kind of literally sat down and I remember I wrote out things that like I would want him to work on, and he also wrote the things that he wants me to work on. So for example, for me, one of them was feeling like I'm being listened to constantly. There's always goals that I feel like we're trying to overcome so that we don't have the same disagreements or the same arguments over and over again. And I think it's worked. I think it's been good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, the next question is, wow, I look so much taller than you.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Next question is dealing, or not question, but kind of discussion, is dealing with jealousy in a relationship. What do you think about dealing with jealousy, and how do you overcome jealousy in a relationship? I do have to say, you're not a very jealous person.
Yeah, so I guess it goes with personal traits also, whether or not you're a jealous person, you know, baggage from before, trust issues from your previous relationships or things like that. I don't get jealous because there's nothing that Yulia makes me to get jealous about. I'm, I guess, thankful in that sense, and also I'm not a jealous person, so none of our issues or none of my issues with Yulia are about jealousy. Again, comes down to communication, just to talk about the issue before it explodes and, you know, the assumptions ruin everything.
I think jealousy comes from not trusting your partner. I mean, obviously it can come from baggage and it can come from like your past or people you've been with, but I think at the end of the day, if you trust somebody, even if you feel any kind of jealousy towards them, it doesn't go past that. It doesn't turn into an argument, because at the end of the day, you know that what you have means more than that. So I think it all comes down to trust. And
absolutely,
if you trust someone, like even if you're jealous, you know that nothing is going to happen. You know that you two are, you know, solid, and you'll talk everything out.
And I mean, I remember one night we went out early on in our relationship. We went to a nightclub, and it was basically me, myself, with all of Yulia's friends. We went to someone's booth that you knew there was something that came up, like, you know, people hitting on her all the time, and kind of like I was okay with it at the beginning, and then it just triggered me. But at the end of the day, what I always say is that we know that we go back home with one another, and we know that we're just gonna go back
that we're together.
So the trust kind of is based on being with one another at the end of the day.
Me and you against the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about, this doesn't really apply to us, but I think this is something that a lot of people go through, and that's long distance relationships and how to make a long distance relationship work. Personally, obviously I can't say much. We've never really had like a long time apart from each other where we have to travel to see each other. At the beginning of our relationship, for his job, he was traveling quite a lot, I would say, and there were times where we were apart for over a week.
Yeah. 10 days probably was the most.
And I don't think that's a lot. I'm not saying it compares to people, you know, living on like other sides of the world. I think at the end of the day, it always also goes back to communication. There was always communication between us, like phone calls, FaceTiming. You know, it was updates throughout the day,
texting,
where we were and what we were doing and who we were with and things like that. So the other person isn't kind of sitting at home like
and worrying about it.
Yeah, worrying about it. So I think just, I don't want to say reassurance, but constant communication and talking, updating the other person on what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's...
I mean, long distance relationship is like, we haven't gone through it. I personally, you know, it's difficult and it's hard to talk about something that you can't really relate to, but I think that there's a lot of people in long distance relationships. I know
especially
some,
now with,
yeah,
you know, the world
being locked up and you
yeah.
can't really leave. I know people that are in a long distance relationship and you know, they won't be seeing each other for the next, who knows. Long distance relationship, in my opinion, suck. I wouldn't personally want to be in a long distance relationship, but I empathize with people that are, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
Next question.
So our next question, how do you know that you are in a healthy relationship and what defines a healthy relationship for
Bam,
you, baby?
bam, bam. I think to be happy is going to be in a healthy relationship. Being able to be yourself, also important in my opinion, because you know, I don't think that if someone is trying to change you, you're going to be happy with all the changes, because it might be either too fast or it might be too much. And that puts a lot of...
You can't change a person. I think.
No, you can't. No matter what.
Yeah.
I think over a certain time you can, you know, become better in that specific area. If there's a specific area you need to work on,
Mm-hmm.
consciously you need to make a choice and a decision to change. But other than that, like, be yourself. I think happiness, a lot of things is like, you know, make each other laugh, do simple things to make each other happy.
Understand each other's love language.
And then also like have little surprises here and there, little gifts, or you know, little
gestures.
Yeah, dates, you know, just, you know, going for a drive if you're stuck at home, or you know, for us shooting content, and then me being like super ready and super like
down for anything.
Down to like, you know, go grab a camera and just shoot my love doing content. And you know, if
That's so true.
if that makes her happy, then I guess I'm gonna be happy, you know. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say, right? So I think for a man point of view, just find those little things, and yeah, that's
do the
happiness.
little things. Yeah, I think the little things always can make you happier than anything, you know, materialistic or things like that.
Leave notes for each other. My baby's been leaving me like super cute notes. Like she's been making me waters in the morning, and she puts little sticky notes and coffee's out, and she's like, have a great day. And then I can answer her or post something on her board, on her chalkboard. And that's the little things that make each other happy. So just do those little things. I think that's gonna work out.
I think feeling like yourself is so important, and I think if you can't really be yourself around the other person, and you know, you're one person with me, for example, and you're another person when you're out with your friends or out with your family, I think you're not being yourself at the end of the day, and you're completely hiding a part of you to your partner. So I think just feeling like you can be yourself and feeling comfortable with the other person. You don't have to hide who you are. You don't have to hide anything, you know, about you. Agreeing on a good...
Having some core
values.
Core values.
Yeah, and leaving cute notes. Do it.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Tip of the day, guys. Leave cute notes for each other. I read that somewhere too, and I absolutely agree with it, because it makes me super happy. So
it's the little things in
girls, leave your boys some notes around the house. All right.
Next question. Okay, learning communication in a relationship. I don't think any relationship has a perfect communication going into it. You're always going to have things that you need to talk about and talk through. I think for us, one of the biggest things was learning how to listen to each other and making sure that we're not just saying what we think and not taking in the other person's, you know, thoughts or kind of thought process throughout the whole picture. And also remembering that there's no right and wrong. Like, you know, it's you and the other person against everything, and it's not you guys against each other. And learning to talk things out. I think some people do need their personal space. For example, if you're going through something and taking that personal space, and if, you know, for him to be understanding of that, or for me to be understanding of that, and not kind of push and keep, you know, talking about something that's not going to get resolved. So taking some time apart, I don't want to say apart, but, you know, to think about it.
Yeah, and you can easily do that, like in even being stuck in lockdown, and we're in the house, you know, going to the bedroom and reading a little bit, you know, taking out a book while the other person is working, you know, watching TV, and then, or the other person is taking a bath while, you know, you're finishing up with emails, to give each other some space. I think that,
especially right now, like,
yeah, and it's one of the hardest things to really talk about, and everybody's still learning about that. We're still learning,
still constantly learning
in our relationship about that, how to listen to each other.
That was great.
All right, guys, so
if you guys found any value in this video, or if you have any other questions, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, do not forget. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, I know not everybody does, and maybe some people don't care, but
yeah,
if you do, let us know.
And we did this mainly to get to know us, as well as that's the content that we enjoy to do.
To watch as well.
And, you know, so, you know, if you're not going to watch this video, then it's all good. If you're going to love this video and want more advice from us, then that's also wicked. So
relationship expert.
Yeah, not really. It's just us being, you know, ourselves, and if that helps, then we feel grateful for, you know, for helping you guys out there.
Yes.
That's what it's all about, building a community, getting to know us, and us getting to know you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much again for watching. Stay humble and kind, as we always say.
Always. We love you guys, and we'll see you again soon for a new video.
See you later. Mwah.
It's getting hot in
getting
here,
hot,
so take off all your clothes.
I got
the feeling inside now. Okay.